Okay, the novelty is good for me as well as you guys, I think, of the 15-minute games. 1965, so someone around my rating, which is 2060 at the moment. Should we play Kyra's attack? If E6? It could be E5 though, now. But then knight F5? Play it anyway? No, it actually just takes a bishop E3 for a moment. Aha. So he's avoiding it. Stop B4, I think. Maybe put pressure on D5 now. Stop D5 from happening. I suppose F3 could have been an alternative, but maybe D5. If I just try and play this position, it just castle king side. Maybe bishop G5. Hopefully he doesn't lose a pawn or anything. It's bishop E7 as a threat of winning a pawn. With knight E4 takes knight C3. Bishop is pointing at that bishop. But anyway, let's just put more pressure on D5, I think. I think Queen E2, Rook D1. Queen E2, D5 takes knight D5, Queen E5. So I might have a chance to play Queen E2 and Rook D1 here, I think. Let's have a look at this bishop G5 again. Knight E4, bishop E7, knight C3. Bishop takes queen, knight takes, bishop takes bishop. Bishop G5 is possible as well, but what about just knight D7? I'm not really winning control of D5, so I'm just gonna. That's G4 springs to mind as well. D5. I'm on D5 at the moment with the queen. So can I get a chance to play G5 if D5 is not playable? G5, G4, H6, H4, caveman attack. That'd be quite funny, entertaining, while the queen is on D1 pointing at D5. So say knight D7, G5, knight moves back, H4, it's a bit loosening. F6, bishop G2, it's loosening, I'm going to be losing a pawn there. Bishop E3 is on the move, knight Bd7, knight A2 to B4, D5 control. Bishop G5 taking on F6 once, Queen E2. Actually, that might be a way to do it, because then Rook AD1, Rook D2, Rook FD1. Arrange the rooks like that. Give up the dark square bishop. I'll go for that. Queen E2 and Rook AD1. Or is there better with Queen D3? Queen D3, knight D7, C5 is marked out with. That's protecting C5. Can this knight poke into A5 at some point? Queen D3, interesting. Keeps an eye on D5, but there's runs into knight C5. So maybe Queen E2 for a moment. So looking at knight E4 again. Bishop E7, knight C3. Oh, it's going to be check. Whoops. Now taking on e4 here, bishop takes, knight takes is actually hitting bishop. So bishop takes, and then bishop takes, knight takes. So knight takes is bishop e4, queen e4, bishop e7, bishop g5, queen takes a8. He's got centre pawns. That should be okay, but this is getting a bit dangerous, this knight e4 tactic. I wonder if I should just swap off an f6 without even waiting for h6. Kyra's 1 minute rating 17:04, 5 minutes 16:27. Highest, he's played 141 of these 15-minute games. Last was on 23rd of December 2011. Oh dear. Is that today? Peak rating was today? Oh dear. Why is that? So knight e4 again. Knight e4, bishop e4, queen e4, bishop g5, queen e8. Oh, Apple software update. Close that. Alright, so taking on f6 means knight f6 is not going to happen now. d5 control. I think I'm going to go for d5 control. Get rid of that. Oh, my sound's gone. Great. Knight c4 is hitting b2. How do I defend b2? Knight d2, rook d1, knight f1 to e3 to d5. Knight c4 going to be answered with rook b1 then. D5 is going to happen though. What about rook fd1 then? Knight c4, rook b1. Rook c8 threatens knight a3. Maybe knight d5 there. So I'll go with rook fd1. Try and control d5. Break. But this knight maneuver looks very attractive. I'll go for it here. Knight f1 to e3. Pogonina's, I think, we've heard an instructor game from Pogonina with this, Natalia. Pogonina. Knight f1 to e3 to d5, or maybe even to f5. Reroutes that knight, which is a bad piece of the position. On b3. Can I get away with knight f1 here? I hope so, because then I've got knight e3. Backward to go forward. So knight e3 would actually facilitate rook d2, because knight c4 I can just take and double up on d6. Nice bind against d5. So does black get desperate now and play d5 anyway, or wait for this knight e3? There's knight c4 threatening knight b2, but then knight d5, lose that b2 pawn. Oh dear, that b2 pawn's a goner. After knight c4. Uh-oh. How do I defend against knight b2 and queen c3? I could just try and make it a pawn sacrifice. Knight e3, knight b2, knight d5, big knight on d5. Okay, knight e3 now. Stopping knight c4, I like this bind. This knight's gone from poxy to useful, I think. From b3 to d2 to f1 to e3. Bit of a time advantage of 2 minutes. Can use that time in a critical position when it comes up, maybe. Here, can I just exchange off minor pieces, get a big rook on d5? Would that be worth it? Before bishop e3 happens. I'm tempted. I can play c3 after rook d3, rook d1. Try and make progress after that. What's the alternative? Can't see much an alternative. Might only be a small advantage, if it's an advantage. There's knight f5, g6. I could take with the e pawn, but then e4 maybe. Oh, I go for this bind on d5. I guess he's going to take. So d6 could become a prisoner, I hope, of this position. I can play c3, neutralise the c file a bit. Double up rooks. Maybe play queen d3. Force bishop e7. What would be the winning plan then? Rook e5 at some point, or be facing minority attack with a5 and b4 at some point maybe. Can't leave the knight surely on d5. Maybe leave the knight on d5. Can I work on the king side later? g3 and h4. Try and get maybe a pawn up to... I don't know if that's worth it. Let's get a pawn up to h5, displays h6 or something. He's got good control of the dark squares. Just be weakening my dark squares if I had this pawn on h5. So bishop d5, rook d5. I'm hoping black will have little counterplay. Queen d7. There's bishop g4 here, which could be annoying. Maybe even bishop f5 later. I think I'll play bishop g4. Controls c8. No. What's wrong with c3 here? Just to neutralise the c file. Maybe g3 and h4 is worth playing. Surprising he's left that big knight on d5. Well, bishop f5 just to cause a weakness, but he's covering the weaknesses. I mean, g6 is not significant, is it, with the dark square bishop? But okay. There's provoking weakness. What about b4 here? Where's the queen go? a7? Is b4 a move? Queen c4, maybe I just take. If it goes to a7, that's a bit strange. But I am weakening pawns. Maybe g3. Give my king some air. Support h4. Doesn't have to go to h5. Unless b4, I don't know. I'll let him take on d5 again. Not too much counterplay at the moment. So rook d3, rook d1, if he's not going to do anything. Could play for f5 or g6 and f5. Maybe that's why he wants to retain the knight on d5 as a tactical liability. I can double against the knight. So hopefully making g6 and f5 less effective. So g6, rook ad1, f5. I'm going to afford to take unless e4 is going to cause chaos. just take, let's say, finally, okay, well, there's a target on c4. If I take and say bishop e2 later about my b2 pawn is also a target. So I wonder, it's taking a good idea. Bishop e2, let's say rook b8, bishop c4. My structure's a wreck. He's on e4, I can't do queen e2 because of queen e4. Rook a5 as well to consider. No, is that enough weakness? Well, I do take bishop e2, rook b8. Let's measure rook b1 because the bishop's in prison at the moment. He would defend that pawn, surely. Say rook c8, then rook a5, then rook b6, threatening rook b8 as well. Rook a4, am I not forcibly just winning that pawn? Is it worth just taking the queen here? Interesting. So let's run that through again. Takes, bishop e2. Rook b8, let's say he doesn't want the passive. Rook b1. The other rook. So c8, rook a5. Rook b6. Rook a4. Rook b8. Bishop c4. Can take. Isolated pawns. I can win a6. Interesting. Oh, let's go for it. Okay, so rook b1 or rook a2 here. Rook a2 looks ridiculous, but it would support the passed a pawn if I did win the a pawn. I'll go for that actually, yeah. A pawn. So rook a5 now. Then there's going to be rook a4. Unless this c5, or at least d5 doesn't have bishop a3 to it. Oh, can I? Oh, he's going to play rook c6. He defends everything. Rook c6. Oh dear. The move I missed. Bring my king to maybe c2. Yeah, he is tied down. There's rook b4, there's d5. And that's taking. Rook b4. Does support a4, a5, rook, and the other one to a4. If d5 takes, bishop moves. Can I get away with rook b4, d5? It's rook b7 if nothing else. Okay, so let's go for that. So a4, a5, and rook a to a4 surely would prove c4 is a bit vulnerable. Bring my king over maybe to c1 at some point. Support b2 if needed. Free up a rook. It's getting a bit tense. I don't want to put the same situation as yesterday with a minute each, because encoder is a time disadvantage. It's a time lagger. So I can't afford to get too short on time this time if I'm going to try and win this. It's down to 5 minute 27. Fuel reserves. So, to be used in critical positions, the time in particular. This is fairly critical. You could imagine each position is critical here though. Again, a4, okay. There's rook b7 if d5. If I can get in a5 and the other rook. Oh! Striking at my centre. That's naughty. Okay. What about f3? Can I just play f3? Trying to get a bind on d5. Oh dear. Rook b7 takes. I can still take on d5. I want to get a gap of at least 2 minutes. I don't want to go into this 1 minute each, for sure. Business. So we're transcending into a 5-minute game from this position. Transcending, descending. Okay. So d5 rook e7 hits the bishop on e7. I want to be able to play a5 and rook e4. Control that b file. Good news. Could soon be protecting his bishop with a king. So king f7. Let's have a look at this d5 business again. King f7, a5, d5. Takes. Bishop takes b4. D takes c6. Actually, c4 being pre to a check. So if the bishop moved, it will be bishop takes c4 check. End of game. Ah. b5 vulnerable. Okay, he's tied down. Time to get my king in, I think, on the action. That's rook d5 is useful. There's no subtle change there, I think, about the check. Get to play b3 maybe. Bishop c4, rook b7. Rook b7. Rook b8 here just to test. Or is it worth getting rid of? Or even, I don't know, rook b8 just to see what's going on. Alright, I have to make a decision here. Do I take this bind on d5 is going? Alright, I'll take. So king c2 and b3 maybe. But this bind is going, you can play d5. b3. So he takes and I get my rook to d2 out of a2 anyway. There's also bishop b5 to look forward to c4. So rook d2, bishop b5 is a good post. There's f4 check. f4. There's bishop c4 any use. Is rook d7 any use? Friends, rook f7 mate. So g5 say. Okay, it's getting a bit tense. Bishop d5 and c4. This pawn could be a runner. What about h4 for h5? Oh, he's going to win that pawn. Whoops. So his pawns are getting a bit mobile. So if I take, I don't want to get short on time, particularly. So, decision. My pawns are facing pressure from his dark square bishop. Bishop d5 here. Can I get to play c4? Is it playing e3? There's no time. Oh, getting short on time now. What about h4? Oh, no, I'm losing that pawn. Okay. My rook's kind of stuck. Alright, bishop d5 it is. I want to play c4 and king c3 if I get a chance, or king c2. Try and rescue the situation over here with my king. Maybe bishop f3, if at e3. Too short on time for my liking. For media encoder. Mind you, I have played 5-minute chess. Shouldn't be that bad, but okay. If I get the king over, my bishop's holding for a moment the pawns. Oh dear, another vicious exchange. I get to play bishop f3. King e2, I don't like the blockade situation. I think I'm going to have to blockade. 2 minutes, goes to 11. No, I want to get away from this time pressure. It's not pleasant. Oh dear. Keep blockade. There's Rook d7 though. I don't know. Handshake, okay. Draw by repetition. A bit tense at the end. I must be worse. Maybe. Well, if I don't carry on checking as Rook d7, and there's a menacing threat Rook d2, so Bishop d5. Probably this final position, it's I don't know. I got an H pawn here. So maybe that's a shame that it stopped my repetition. Okay, King f6, h4. Start to get interesting again. Or is it, I don't know, Rook h7 objectively? This is h5. Opposite coloured bishops. If these remain blockaded, these are potential passed pawns, but opposite coloured bishops, I don't know, the blockade opportunities are probably higher. So let's have a quick look. So it was a tense game, trying to keep control of the position in this game. d5 in control. I thought it was a neat rerouting, but okay, so Queen c4 was the controversial one. I don't know if just Queen, not Queen d2, Queen e4, but there's Rook d1, maybe. Let him take the queens off. There might be a4 there, puncturing the 2 pawns. This was quite a committal path, but he held on here. And he did all the right things to get pawn mobility going, undermining d5 control. So d5 control was undermined once he got Rook c5 in. He was getting ready for this d5. As some of my evil opponents recently are doing, they're liberating with d5, unfortunately. And bit of excitement there as I threatened mate in 1, but that was stopped. And then my pawns are unfortunately all on dark squares here for his bishop. And then unfortunately I'm forced to blockade against his pawn mobility. That the pawns are starting to break through here, but maybe it's not enough for either side. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.